frame, it's a perfect type of story for a short film. And that's one of the big advantages. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at it. It's almost like just taking one single scene. The whole thing happens in one scene. And therefore we're going to look at scene structure. We're also going to look at dialogue. Because obviously in a situation like this, there's a lot of talking heads. There's not a lot of people walking around in motion and fights and all sorts of other stuff. There's some actions, but a lot of it's dialogue. So we're going to talk about dialogue because when dialogue carries most of the story as it does in this, you've got to be really good at writing dialogue. And we'll talk about some of that. The scene itself, and one of the things I love doing in this is not just the teaching part of it, but I get to go back and look at all my favorite films and pick out scenes that I love, you know. And I'm going to get to show some of them to you, and I think you'll see just why they are such classics, why they're so good. One is, the key of any scene is what's the emotional impact on the audience. In other words, what do you want the audience to feel by the end of the scene? Okay? And everything in the scene should move towards creating that effect in the audience. If you're telling a joke, the whole purpose of telling the joke is to get the people you're telling it to laugh. If you're telling a thriller, the whole thing the emphasis of a scene is to get them a little bit nervous and tense by the end of the scene. If you're talking about, you know, each scene is different, but the point is, what is the emotional impact you want to create in the audience? Okay? Who drives the scene? Sometimes your hero drives the scene, sometimes the antagonist drives the scene, sometimes somebody else drives the scene. Who is the person who's pushing the scene forward? Who has the goal, the driving goal, that they will not let go of like a bulldog till the end of the scene?
It said overheated.